No dobra, moi drodzy, Henryczek jest ranny. Co za pies, to nie nasz. Warkot jakiś. Umyliśmy się, posklejaliśmy się, ale tu jakieś przypały się dzieją. Bożenka nas musi obejrzeć.
And you didn't faint while doing it. I'm pleased, Henry. I had to pour a whole Lethean potion into you last night. That's what I call medicine. It can either put a dead man back on his feet or make sure he never gets up again.
Sterydy mu da.
So consider yourself lucky.
I will. But what about Capon?
Well, he's less lucky. That brute really knocked him about before Hans beat the life out of him.
Is there any way I can help? I owe it to Capon, and I want to do whatever I can.
You owe him, all right. I've got a bit of that Lethean potion left. It ought to work wonders on him, same as on you. But I can't just give it to him now. First, we have to deal with that fever. The best
Gdzie
and
pracuję poza
fastest remedy for
streamowaniem?
that
W Nvidia.
is chamomile decoction. Luckily, it ain't
Trzeba
too
będziemy
hard to
zbierać zioła,
brew,
zawsze w tych
but
grach jest
we'll need
zbieranie
some
ziół
fresh sage for it.
i
And of
grzybków.
course, chamomile. You ought to be able to manage that. You've got young legs and eyes, and I reckon a bit of a stroll would do you good.
Znam się na
Easy as
zioła.
pie. I can do that. Ma used to put sage in sauces and served it with meat. I'll check the kitchen.
Gross wounds. Try thinking with your head and not your stomach. We need freshly picked sage, not some dried herb, so listen up. Sage
Co?
has a purple blossom and chamomile has white petals with a yellow center. At the back
Mam
of the hut,
NDA
there's a
podpisane, no
footpath
mam
leading
umowę o
up to the
pracę.
rocks. You go along there till you reach a sort of small meadow. You ought
Bo nie
to
trzeba
find
mieć
both
specjalnego
of them
NDA,
there.
Great.
jak się pracuje w
I'll
firmie.
be back in a jiffy with a couple of handfuls.
All right. I'll be glad if you get back here soon. I don't feel right being here with that corpse in my yard. Seeing him lying there gives me chills. I can't think straight.
I understand. It makes me anxious too. Maybe I could manage to bury him somewhere. Or at least
Zapisywanie
hide him
gry po
somewhere
przyspicie,
further
ale
off in
tam
the
coś
woods.
było wcześniej też z jakimś, że to zapisywał.
I'd be
W jedynce
truly
też był
glad
chyba
of
jakiś
that.
eliksir i on był
Do you
bardzo
feel
drogi,
up
nikt
to
go
it,
nie
Daddy?
używał.
You ain't in the best of shape, and digging a grave's a tough job, even for a healthy fella.
Czy to było w jakimś innym Elden Ringu?
Not to worry. I'll see what I can manage.
No tu się w łóżku
It's on
zapisuje
account
grę,
of
nie?
us that he's here anyway. I wouldn't want you to have any more trouble. And a bit of effort, even if it's a dirty job, is the least I owe you.
Well, if you think you can manage it, good. But don't overstrain yourself. And thanks.
Where should I put him?
Grab the spade by the dung pile and bury him by the creek. The soil will be softer there, so it should be easier. When you head out the gate, follow your nose. Find a good spot somewhere in the reeds and nettles. And when you're done with that, better have a wash, so's you don't have the stench of death on you.
True. I'll bear that in mind.
I'll sort out the rest with Ignatius, the gravedigger, when he comes by again, so's I don't have that wretch lying here till Judgment Day.
All right. I'll get to it.
No dobra, czyli oni mam jakieś zioła zbierać, jakąś łopatę, coś kopać. No dobra, a ja mogę... Co to znaczy, że to jest takie z krwią? Że nie mogę tego brać, bo to jest zakrwawione, czy co? Mogę sobie pas myśliwski ubrać? Przytrosz sobie do paska sakiewki, zyskasz miejsce na... O, okej. Ja nie mam żadnej sakiewki. Okej. O, jest jakiś nóż.
This will be the weapon used by... bastard who cut up Sir Hans.
Wejściało, okej. Idziemy nad strumień. Nie mam żadnego... O, jest dzik, kurde. Ale mam nadzieję, że nie jest agresywny. O, głodny jestem, czy co się dzieje? To chyba tu.
Shit! My shoulder. This bastard's hard work.
Gdzie ta łopata? Nie ma.
You can't be in the ground soon enough.
Mogę je ubrać i się umyć? Okej, dobra. Aha, to je zakopałem. Okej, dobra, sorry. A ubierzemy się w co innego. Co to jest? O kurde, kania, to będzie dobre. Na jajecznicę pójdzie. Czy on będzie przy każdej kani kucał? Co to jest? Zbierz szałwię, zbierz rumianek. Aha, gdzieś tam. Ale gdzie to kurde jest? Chyba tędy, nie? No i co? Uciekł ten świniak. O, widzicie, to tędy się idzie. Schabowy by był, no.
Shoulder still hurts like hell. Maybe now it'll tell me when it's gonna rain.
Miał kurde pogodynkę w ramieniu. Dobra, tędy trzeba iść. I co to jest? Szałwia, dobra.
Purple flower, sage. There we go.
To jest chyba rumianek.
That's it. Chamomile. Right, I've got all the herbs I need. So back to Bajena
Coś
on
da
the
wejść?
double. The sooner
Dobra.
Hans gets that remedy, the better.
Kurde, romantyczna ławeczka tu jest. Aha, czyli że nie zbieram po jednym, jak jest kilka ziół dookoła, to od razu zbiera kilka. No i to jest prawidłowe, to dlatego ta kania zniknęła. O nie, coś się dzieje
What's
znów.
that dog making such a fuss about? Could something have happened at Bajena's?
I'm looking for those renegades who've been pillaging around the domain. They slaughtered some knight and his company yesterday down... Hey, you! What do you want? Come here and tell me who you are, or I'll drum it out of you. Lord von Bergov sent us to find the renegades who ambushed some knight's company down by the pond yesterday. A couple of them fled and are hiding out here in the rocks. So tell me who you are and what you know about it.
You're from Lord von Bergov? You don't look like it.
Kurva! Watch your tongue with me, boy. When I say we're from von Bergov, then we're from fucking von Bergov. Who else would we be from anyway? You can talk to me or talk to cold steel. Who the hell are you? And what are you doing here?
Do you think I'm a fool? I know a robber when I see one. There's been lots of you types in these parts recently, and the fellas from the village are well pissed off. So get lost and don't come back, or we'll take our axes to you.
Easy there. We're no robbers, we're just carrying out orders. We've had a look round here, so we can be on our way again.
No ale nie rozumiem, czemu spadek reputacji.
Did they hurt you?
No, but I think they would
To
have
byli
if
rabusie
you
czy nie?
hadn't come along.
Sorry. I reckon it was one of those who followed us yesterday.
Look here. I almost got slaughtered twice in one day on account of you two. God be praised that my Pavlena wasn't here.
A, u
Heaven
tego
knows
gościa.
what they'd have done to her. So, I'd like to know why all this is happening. Your friend was talking in a delirium in the night, saying you was knights. But if you two are knights, then I'm the Queen of Sheba.
Well, I must bow to your ladyship. Sir Hans is the young lord of Leiper and Perkstein. I'm Henry of Skalitz, son of Sir Radzig Cobbler, and I'm his bodyguard. We were heading to Trosky to deliver a message from Sir Hanish of Leiper and Margrave Jobst to Lord Bombergov. But we were ambushed by bandits yesterday down by the pond, and you already know the rest. And as God is my witness, we're no bandits. I swear to you, I'm thankful to you for saving us. And I'm sorry it caused you trouble.
Well, you sound sincere, so I'll take your word for it. I hope I won't live to regret it.
You won't. I promise you.
Promises are made to be broken, but thank you for dealing with them.
Sure. No need for thanks. What about Sir Hans? How's he doing?
He's holding up, I'd say. I treated his wounds, and I'll change his bandages shortly. But what he needs most now is that remedy. Have you got everything for it?
Here. Chamomile and sage, like you said.
Excellent. Now to brew the potion from them. I gave you two the last of my supply during the night. But fresh is
Dobra,
best
będziemy teraz
anyways.
alchemikiem.
It's a shame my daughter Pavlena ain't back yet. She'd get it done in a jiffy. But we'll just have to manage without her. But you can do it too. It ain't nothing hard. My eyes are so bad, it'd take me all day. But at least I can tell you how to go about it.
All right, I'll try. But I'm not sure how to do it.
I told you, I'll explain everything. I
Okay.
have a book here with the recipe, but it'll be better if I tell you. I know it by heart.
I can read as well as any man, if that's what you mean.
My word. Maybe you really are a noble son.
Ona go
I'll
podziwia,
take the
bo
book
umie
just in
czytać.
case, but if you give me some advice, I'd be grateful.
Of course. Everything we need is in the hut. Let's get to it.
Czemu ona sama se nie może tego wyważyć?
Everything's prepared. First, go to the recipe book. Now find the recipe for chamomile decoction and remember what you have to do. Then get back to the bench and we'll start.
Będziesz potrzebował wino, 2 garści rumianku i 1 szałwi. Dodaj rumianek, gotuj przez 1 obrót klepsydry. Aha, do stołu.
All right. First, you have to pour the right base into the cauldron. Choose the right pitcher from the shelf on the left, according to the recipe.
Aha, according to the recipe, kurde. Ale nie było. Czekaj, lecz a jeśli jest dobrej jakości. Nie? Wino, 2 garści rumianku, 1 szałwi. Aha, czyli to wino to już jest jakby, że to po prostu mam je dodać, tak?
So, what did you pour in there?
Wine, of course. Like it says in the book.
Glad to hear it. Now try moving the cauldron over the flame, so you know how it looks when it starts boiling a bit.
Przesuń w dół, no.
Hear that bubbling? It's boiling. Remember that well. For most potions, you just have to simmer the herbs for a bit. But sometimes you need to get it good and hot. So you have to get the fire blazing under the cauldron using the bellows. Try fanning it with the bellows to get it boiling. It's boiling. To keep it going, you mustn't stop with the bellows. If you want to cool it down quick, take it off the flames. Try it. Move the cauldron up.
Dobra. Gołą ręką zajebiście.
Good. Now we'll start with the brewing. Get all the herbs that you need ready. The ones you picked. Put them there on the shelf, so you've got them at hand. All
Gdzie są te?
Let's get to it. First,
Nie widzę
throw
ich.
2
A,
handfuls
tu.
of chamomile into the cauldron.
Dobra. Miał być świeży ten rumianek, czemu taki proszek jest?
Before you put it on the flame, turn the sand glass so you know how long you're brewing it. It's got to be exact. Every grain of sand counts. See? When the sand has flowed out, that's 1 turn. That's how long you have to boil the chamomile. Move the cauldron to the fire and wait until it starts bubbling.
Dobra.
Then turn the sand glass. As soon as the sand runs out, take the cauldron off the fire again.
Już gotuje? Dobra.
Ain't that enough? Take the cauldron off the flames.
Co już?
All right. Now, take 1 handful of sage, grind it with a mortar and pestle, and drop it in the cauldron.
Ja pierdolę, ale jestem kurde alchemikiem teraz.
Have you ground it? Good. Now, drop it in the cauldron. You don't have to boil it anymore. All you have to do now is decant it. Get a phial and pour it in.
Jakąś fiolkę mam, wiesz, a to jest fiolka. Jakaś taka jak dzbanek.
Done. Now, let's see what you've brewed.
No, jestem ciekaw. No dobra, coś żeśmy tutaj uważyli, kurde.
Here it is.
Well, now, judging by the smell, I'd say you brewed it perfectly.
Nie
Thanks
capi.
for your help, Henry.
Happy to help.
This should help Hans get better. I'll take care of it now.
All right.
Łażę w majtach, bo nie mam kurde
Is there
z nic
anything else I
innego.
can do to help?
I reckon you've done all you could. What you need now is a bit of rest. Go and get a good sleep. That works wonders.
Dobra, to się umyjmy jeszcze, bo chyba wszyscy brudni jesteśmy. Umyję się. Zjem se. I idę spać. Aha.
Not much more I can do now. It's up to you.
No to do rana.
A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer.
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently.
Where's my fucking sword?
And I found it. Everything I take now will be mine. And I plan to take everything.
Rotted hell!
Jest. Czyli to jest
Why would I
historia
make
zemsty.
one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
The stronger dog.
fucks the bitches. And war is a nasty business. Where's my fucking sword? You know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you!
Yeah!
Don't disappoint me.
Czyli tu w całej grze chodzi o miecz po
Wake
prostu.
up, Henry. It's past sunrise. Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake.
A to
Were you
kto?
having a nightmare?
Nowa miłość Henryczka?
Bad dreams. You must be Pavlena, right?
That's right. I came in the evening while you were asleep. Ma told me what happened to you. Then I helped Ma take care of your friend that night?
Oh, Hans. He's alive. How is he?
Have no
Pawulonka.
fear. He's alive, all right. Maybe too alive. Ma knows what she's doing, and that's the truth. I reckon she could bring the dead back to life. She said she dosed you with the strongest remedies she knows.
Ja już chcę zacząć
And it
grać,
looks like
przygodę
they did the
mieć.
trick on that other fella for sure. Since he came to this morning, he hasn't stopped talking.
Yeah. That sounds like him, all right.
And what about you? How do you feel?
I feel like I got thrown by a horse and then stampeded by a herd of cattle.
Is it really that bad?
More or less. Although the fact that I'm hurting all over means I'm alive. So I reckon it's all good. Considering.
That's surely the healthy way of looking at it. But I heard you yelling in your sleep and went to check on you. Bad dreams?
I dreamt of Istvan Toth. A villainous, murderous whoreson who stole my sword. The last memento I had of my father. And I swore to get that sword back and avenge my parents.
Oh, that oath must be serious if it even torments you in your sleep. Dreams shouldn't be taken lightly. They can have real meaning, however hard they are to understand. What strikes you as the most important part of your dream?
O Jezu. Śliczna płanna.
Dreamt of terrible things. Flames, violence, war. And then the glittering silver and scallops turned into the surface of a lake. And from the lake emerged a naked, supernaturally beautiful girl. She took me into her arms and carried me away from everything to her own island. And there, she saved my life.
Well now, that probably means you're lonely and seeking company. Fortunately, you can join ours. Breakfast is on the table, and I've got something else for you too. Come along, and we must save Ma from the clutches of his lordship.
When's the last time I ate something?
Breakfast na stole, okej.
Look who's
Co
finally...
ona tam gada, że co? Ja mam jakieś punkty w sekcji grasz, znajdziesz wszystkie i ty. Co to jest z gwiazdką? Punkty za dodatki, aha, dobra. Ale ja tu mam jakiś poziom, że coś mogę rozdać? A co to jest to po prawej? Czemu to jest tak obcięte? Aha, bo to jest w rękodziele coś. Nie. Coś tu jest nie tak z tym menu. Czy ja coś mam nie tak z menu? D naciśnij.
Oh, Henry!
A. O, okej, dobra, ale co ja to... Bo nie rozumiem, o co tu chodzi. Aha, że poziom główny, mam jakiś czaruś. Ale ja mam te... Aha, że ja to już mam. Dobra, okej, kumam. A nie mogę się na razie nic robić.
Come
No,
and join us.
no czekaj, niech się umyje. Czemu mi się tak w głowie kręci? A nie mogę się.
Good morning, Henry. You have no idea how glad I am to see you. Come join our banquet in the
Mogę to
midst of
wybrać,
these
a nie, że mam?
exquisite
Aha.
woods.
I'm glad to see you too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
It's all the more cause for merrymaking. Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course, I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. Bojena told me what happened here yesterday. That's the third time you've saved my life. I suppose
Yes.
I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The third time? What in God's name happened the first 2 times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your
O Jezu,
heroic
teraz będziemy musieli opowiadać, czy to przewiną. No, żeby nie przedłużać.
Once, when we were out hunting, Hans was taken captive by humans. But with a bit of luck, I managed to rescue him.
Humans?
No tak.
They come from somewhere in Hungary. Sigismund brought them here to Bohemia as mercenaries. They're a very dangerous bunch.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zheleyov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
Whoa, that's all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice. But the thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive. I rescued him.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, al dentes.
Fortuna juvat.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
Ah, it's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favors the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can
Potrafię
tell.
czytać i łacinę.
As I recall, you
Grubo.
already got a pony from Uncle Hanush as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
Ah, but you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
For Talmberg? What was that about then?
Hans was badly wounded during a night raid on Talmberg Castle, and I had to carry him out of the battle on my back, so he wouldn't fall into enemy hands.
Gracious! Raiding a castle. That must be pretty wild, eh?
Indeed it was. Arrows raining down, outnumbered by hordes of foes mercilessly charging at us from all sides. I'm truly indebted to Henry for getting me out of that fix.
But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
Yeah, true. I'll never forget you for dragging
Teraz
me
są
all the way
kwita.
here from the lake.
You're quite welcome. The Lords of Lipa do not leave their friends in the lurch.
Do tell. What else did the 2 of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things, but I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission, and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Trosky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Zheleyov, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you, for your journey.
But Jenna, I don't know how to thank you for all this.
Ah, but I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight.
No właśnie, niech mi kasy
My
trochę
word of
dadzą.
honor.
Jakieś 2 biedne kobiety
Now
w
you've
lesie
got me
mieszkają.
curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that spade. We can't manage without it.
Yes, of course. And thanks for everything you've done, Bojena.
I have something for you, Henry. Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger or don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. You'll see. It's not all that hard to brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlena. This'll come in handy.
No doubt.
Zbawienny. A to jest różnica między zbawiennym sznapsem a tym drugim sznapsem?
We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing art.
No
And you
tak, ale
have
musimy wam
rightfully
zabrać
earned
jabłka.
the gratitude of the House of Lipa for all time. If you should ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you, sir. Though
Sorry.
I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer. Sorry for coming late, Ma. We got held up in Trosky.
No i co, jaki jest przepis na tą sznapsa? Miechy... Nie, ja chcę to... Czekaj, gdzie to mogę? Czytaj, a, jest. Nie. Jak się przerzuca stronę? Przygotuj E, zioła Q, R, odejdź od stołu. Czemu nie mogę tego zmienić, tej strony, w żaden sposób? Nie wiem, to jakieś dziwne. Nie umiem go, no ale dostałem, ja wiem, że nie umiem. Porozmawiaj z ptaszkiem. Aha, o opuszczeniu, dobra. Ale jestem jakiś, kurde, coś mi się w głowie kręci.
Nothing against the hospitality of the good women folk here, but I want to get to Trosky Castle right away.
A co zresztą naszej musimy w...
What about the rest of our company? Could someone else have got away?
You saw for yourself. They didn't stand a chance. But you're right, we shouldn't just leave it at that. As soon as we get to Trosky, I'll make sure they get a proper Christian burial and their souls find peace.
And when we get back to Ratai, we'll have a mass served for them.
You're right. They were damned good lads. I'd known Oates since childhood. Damn it.
What about Mutt?
Orzecha trzeba
He's bound to
wracać.
be looking for us, and we can't just abandon him.
Henry, I like your dog, but that's not our priority right now.
He saved my skin.
So did I. First Trosky, von Bergov and the mission, then we can look for your dog.
All right. But the moment things are sorted out, I'll
Ja
go
nie jestem
looking
jakimś
for
fanem
him.
psów, więc
I'd
bym go nie
expect
szukał.
no less of you. So, should we get going?
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
I know how it sounds, but I saw him. Believe me. I'd never mistake his ugly face after all that happened.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes. We'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. But I see you haven't wasted any time and found yourself a weapon to replace that sword. That's good. You never know when you might need it around here. Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way.
Jezu, jeszcze mu pieniądze dała ta baba. Ciekawe skąd miała. No ale chciałem wrócić ją jeszcze okraść. Może się będzie dało odwrócić. To właśnie emeryturkę mu kurde oddała swoją. Ja, to dopiero jest początek gry, patrzcie. I co? No i do zamku. Co tu się dzieje?
Oh, I hope they've got a good physician at this castle. Or at least a barber. I mean, that old crone got me on my feet. But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine.
And I can't wait to sleep in a proper bed.
And some wine!
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it's closed.
I co teraz? Muszę zapukać do okienka.
Open up! I bear an urgent message for your liege
No ale
lord.
właściwie to mu ukradli tą urgent message, nie? Bo zabrali nam tą wiadomość.
Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Może miałem na lunchu są.
Shit! Fuck! You fucking cunts! Do you know who I am?
No, we fucking don't. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, heir to Ratai.
Now, look here, you filthy beggar! I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. The pair of you!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers.
I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, envoy.
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send 2 vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws, and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days. And even if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir, there's a horseman approaching in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
I'm getting in, whether you like it or not.
Your shitty hands off me!
No, wait. Wait, one moment!
Musimy teraz w wiosce zamieszkać.
What the fuck was that?
So now what?
There's only one thing we can do.
Co się tam z tym zamkiem dzieje w tle?
Have you two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
For someone who stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
Well, she's not far off. We look like a couple of beggars, and we stink even worse.
What the fuck was all that at the gate? You try to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
Well, I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning
No strasznie przegadana ta gra, no dajcie mi coś zagrać. Wszystkie questy tak będą wyglądać, że nie będą tylko bajdurzyć?
We could track down those bandits and get our letter back. With that, they'd have to let us in.
How do you intend to do that? Ask them nicely. Please, kind bandits, pretty please, can we have our letter back? Or do you want to charge at them in these rags and hope our stink knocks them out, eh?
Very droll. No, I was thinking more like finding their camp and sneaking in stealthily. Find out where they put the letter, grab it, and vanish before they even know we were there.
Are you dreaming? What kind of chance do you think we'd have?
Quite a strong one. Maybe.
Bollocks, old pal.
Well, what else do you want to do? Go back to Ratai?
To Ratai? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
I suppose you're right. We'd be taken for total idiots.
Well, you could shrug that off. But me, we've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged arses.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas, instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, They're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
We'll go back and bury them as soon as we can.
Yeah, as soon as possible. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Pagenes. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Ratai with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Food! About bloody time.
Here we are.
Co dostaję po piwku i kaszę.
Gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
Będziemy pracować.
Cheers.
Ale ona nie będzie chciała z żebrakiem.
What's that woman from the pond?
Or the one you gave us away for?
I bear that witch. Wench!
What I tell you? What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
To chyba by było zbyt proste.
A full pitcher of wine, please.
My word, that's a picture and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Oh my. Ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof. It stinks like something died here.
Sorry to interrupt.
Jesus, fella. That's a bit much.
Hey, youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests here, go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment.
Strasznie mają przeżycie.
Talk about your captain.
Oh. Oh, hi.
No i co, już jestem pachniący?
Captain Thomas might never get back on his feet. Him and his men were attacked by bandits. Most of them are dead.
Jesus Christ!
Lord von Berghoff is beside himself and won't allow his soldiers out the castle.
Aha! So that's why they sent you for the wine. Wait a more then.
But the stuff's
I'll be right
undrinkable. Leave it out. Once you got the first one, you knock 'em back like...
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on, are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
We saw each other by that pond.
What pond? I haven't been at any pond.
Yes, you were. You were attacked there by some bandits. You, some other women, and us too.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle and I wasn't
Może ma
at
siostrę
any pond.
bliźniaczkę.
And I have no idea why you're trying to deny it. I saw you with my own eyes. You were washing laundry there with some other girls.
Well, I reckon you weren't looking too much at faces, eh? Clear off, you lecher.
Aha, no toś mnie zagadali.
Here's your wine. Is this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Look, please. I don't know what's up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to von Berghoff, and you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the king's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Shit.
If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. He'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again.
Jezu, ten jakiś szarpie baby.
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
Jezu, my już 2 godziny gramy w tą grę i jeszcze nic nie graliśmy. I to jest gra roku?
Like a pillar of salt. Are you ready?
Always ready.
Glad to hear it. You pair ordered a lot more than you paid for, so you work your debt off, like I said.
All right. What do you want us to do?
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house, but as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That's why I need you to haul the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the planks, so they don't touch the damp floor and go mouldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. 2 men can finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
All right, we'll do it. Carrying a few sacks won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting bandits in the woods.
Aye, it's terrible about them bandits. We never had nothing like that here before. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
Jezu, dobra, daj mi zanieść te worki.
Glad to hear it. I can see you ain't stuck up like your mate. Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
Scallies.
Never heard of it. I ain't been further than the back off me whole life, but I know this place inside and out.
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Sameen is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Troskovitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets hitched to a bat-house wench.
Could I get to the wedding somehow?
I don't know about that, lad. It's for invited guests only.
Okej, to muszą nas zaprosić.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of invited guests having a young Svaja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
Okej.
I'll go and discuss it.
And careful with them sacks.
Dobra, idziemy worki, kurde, odkładać. Gdzie te worki są? Mieliśmy z ptaszkiem pogadać o noszeniu worków, tak?
Talk to that woman from the pond.
I noticed. It didn't look like she was too pleased.
The main thing is, she denied ever being at the pond.
It's definitely her, though. You don't forget a figure like hers.
I got the feeling she didn't want to talk about it for some reason. I did get something out of her, though.
What? Don't keep me in suspense.
Von Bergov is
No
about
tak,
to
bo
leave the
tamten na nią
castle.
patrzył i ją zostawił i ona pewnie otworzy bramy do... Zdradzi
Calm
ich
down.
pewnie.
Let me finish. There's also going to be a big wedding in the region. Some Lord Semine is getting married. It looks like it's going to be a huge event.
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Trosky be of any interest to us?
Because it looks like Von Bergov will be there.
Oh, that's fantastic news, Henry. So all we have to do is get on the guest list. And that shouldn't be a problem because you've got a cunning plan, right?
I'll come up with something.
I hope so. You can't expect me to do the thinking for both of us all the time. We'll ask the locals and see.
There's something else we have to sort out first.
I noticed that.
We can work off our debt.
Dobra, muszą nosić worki.
Sacks?
I'm serious.
I can't work.
It'll be done in...
That's not the point. People will remember my face, and when everything's cleared up, word will get around that I lugged sacks here like some beggar. As if the disgrace at the gate wasn't enough. Ugh!
Look, we're not in any position to pick and choose.
So if you want to somehow scrape your way out of this mess, you better forget your airs and graces and make some effort. A bit of honest work won't kill you.
Henry, haven't you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
Would that be some aristocratic excuse?
Not so fast. It's God's law. Oratoris, the priests who pray for us. Laboratoris, the plebs who shovel shit and pay taxes. And Bellatoris, the warriors who protect the ones on their knees or in the fields. Now, which am I? So if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks? That's against
Dobrze
God
mieli w tamtych
and
czasach.
nature.
Here it comes.
So which do I belong to?
Good question. Before I'd have said you were a peasant, but it turned out that you're a noble's bastard. And you're pretty handy with a sword. And you've even been in a monastery.
I'd rather forget about that.
You're a bit of everything. But if you get your hands dirty with labor, it wouldn't be such an offense against divine order as in my case. Pure blood, noble status and that. In short, be so kind as to get to work. I promise I'll make it up to you.
Dobra.
Are you really not going to help me?
Come now, Henry. What did I
Well, I'm afraid there's nothing else for it if we're to ever get out of this place. So,
Let them wait. It's not long since I had to drag one, and if I hadn't, that sack wouldn't be here now. I mean it, Henry. Stop.
Suit yourself, then. Right.
Well,
how? By giving me a large estate?
That too, of course. Maybe 2 estates. But
Jezu,
above
niech
all,
już te worki daje
once
nosić.
we're out of the worst, I'll help you find your dog. As soon as we have at least some gear, we'll head into the forest and find Mutt in a trice. Although, if you think about the 3 states of man, looking for lost dogs is more like a huntsman's work. But let's pay no mind to that.
How generous of you, Lord Capon.
I know, my dear Henry, such is my nature.
But the more I think about it, the clearer it is to me that
I'm gonna lose a whole day just for a few sacks.
Oof! That isn't half heavy.
Dobra, gdzie ja to mam zanieść? Gdzieś tam do środka, nie? Pewnie. Gra na 100H, 40 godzin cutscenek gadania o niczym. No to... może tak być. Tu to mam dać? Ja pierdolę, 10 i jeszcze godzina noszenia worków z mąką.
God bless. Innkeeper, a beer. Great. Get them out of here.
O Jezu.
an ale, as usual.
Czyli na tym polega ta gra. Nie no, gra roku.
Stranger survived. That was our problem. It was the same
Super.
bandits who attacked Lord von Bergov's men. Why the fuck doesn't anyone believe
I'm a
us?
bit peckish.
Maybe because you've got no way of proving it.
We lost everything.
Straciliśmy wszystko. Mam 40-80 godzin logów do przejrzenia i mogę pobrać tylko po 1000 wpisów, 30 minut tylko. Co? Co znaczy, że możesz tylko po 1030 minut? Ale to nie rozumiem, to nie możesz tego pobrać kilka razy?
See it again. It was their own fault.
What do you mean? They attacked themselves? What the fuck are you trying to say?
Everyone knows it's dangerous around Trosky. Making camp in such an unprotected place is suicide.
Where else were they supposed to make camp, smart-ass?
Somewhere in the rocks, maybe. Not out in the open by the pond. Only a fool would do that.
Będzie walka.
Stop Stop insulting our dead companions.
A czemu on wybrał?
Dead companions. You think I'm gonna fall for that cock and bull story?
Pack it in, Henry. There's no point in arguing with this yokel. He fancies himself as a military strategist.
I don't believe a word you're saying. A weed like you surviving a fight against bandits even von Berghoff himself has trouble with?
Believe what you like, but I'm telling the truth. And in fact, I'm willing to overlook all your insults if you apologize right now. And invite me to that wedding.
Oh, you want to come to the wedding, do you? Huh. I'll give you a piece of advice, pal. If you can make yourself useful for the blacksmith or the miller, you'll get to the wedding. You'll see the glorious occasion, at least from a distance. And you can stop spouting your pathetic lies.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein, and I demand your immediate apology.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. You're starting to bore me, you and your silly made-up name.
No apology, then. It looks like I'm going to have to teach you a lesson.
Oh, I'm so scared. Hey, you! Get your sweetheart and fuck off out of our village. Both of
Będzie
you.
kosa.
I give you a chance to apologize, and you keep insulting me. Get ready to pick up your broken teeth with broken fingers.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Come on, then.
You scum!
Ale mu zajebał. Teraz będzie akcja.
You whoreson!
You do that? You shouldn't have fucked with us, you bastard.
Get it! Spare him!
Madman.
Slice him up!
You leave me no other choice.
Oh shit.
You're no match for us, fucker!
I'll be done with you in a flash.
About for? Need a piss?
Wanker!
Come and help me with this till this stops. Ha! Blood flowing. Go.
Nice hit.
Filthy
us?
vermin.
We'll finish this quickly.
Don't spare him.
You lived like a wretch, and now you'll die like one.
Show what you're made of!
Yes.
Good!
No i co?
You want to try me?
Get the fuck.
Dobra.
Now you're mine, you bastard!
Oni jacyś słabi są w tą bitkę, bo w ogóle nic nie blokują.
Fucking hell!
You're not up to it.
You'll never beat me, you swine!
Musimy odpocząć.
You're hardly worth staining my hand. And one for dear old Ma.
You want to try me?
No, chcecie spróbować, no chodź, chodź, chodź. Dobra, żeśmy ich pokonali dużo, ale bójka. O, straż przyszła, przypał.
What the hell is going on here?
I taratę poszło, no.
Grab them vagabonds.
Jep, jeszcze walną strażnika. O kurde.
Bastards! This will cost you dearly. Keep your mouth shut and don't make it worse. What? You behave like a spoilt brat. How dare you speak... You know, if you just shut up and done some work, we'd have coin by now and be on our way to the castle. But no, not his lordship.
You've got a nerve. If you hadn't have played the hero, we'd have been there long since, and I wouldn't have had to get you out of that mess.
Oh yeah, 'cause this isn't a mess, is it?
Fuck off! Shut up! Or you'll get a whipping too.
Just who the hell do you think you are? Well, nothing to say for yourself? Just as well. It's your fault we're in this fucking pillory.
I was just defending you. Should I have let that fop beat you senseless?
I only wanted him to apologise. I'd expect my right-hand man to argue my case a bit better.
What do you think I was trying to do?
And who was too scared to speak? Well, if it hadn't been for me, we wouldn't have even been in that tavern. We've been in the shit right from the start because you had to play at being the knight in shining underwear, saving damsels in distress.
I don't believe it. You're trying to put the blame on me? Just like that?
Who else is to blame? You're just a simple peasant who has no idea how the world works.
Hey, let's just stop all this arguing. It'll just make things worse.
Fuck you. I've had it up to here with you. With you and your pontificating. You were supposed to make sure nothing went wrong. And how did that turn out? It was me who had to save your life. You're fucking useless. You couldn't even keep an eye on your own mutt.
Oh, that's enough. This isn't getting us anywhere. I understand you're downcast after all that happened to us. And I understand you need to take it out on someone. I can take it. But we shouldn't forget we have a job to do. And do it we must. Together.
That's exactly what I'm doubting. Everything goes to shit when you're by my side.
You don't really mean that. Calm down.
I'm perfectly calm. That's it. My life went to shit from the first moment I met you. And I've only just realised it. You're like a ball and chain. And I'd have bagged that wild boar too if it weren't for you.
Well...
And none of the rest would have happened. I wouldn't have been showered in shit.
Oh, come on, cape on.
Don't you cape on me. Not another word. I have to consider what to do next.
Ciekawe, ile się dostaje za przywalenie strażnikowi. Co oni ich tam zostawili? O Jezu, a jak się w takim czymś śpi? Chyba ciężko, co?
Right, ladies. Time to go home. But I swear to Christ, if I catch you again, I'm gonna skin you both alive.
Isn't that?
Otto.
Hey! Młodego!
A ten Bergowy jakby miał ich poznać niby?
Right, where were we? Go on, get out of my sight.
What are we gonna do? You can do as you like. You can
No nie no, chciałem się z nim pogodzić, żeby się nie kłócić. Żeby mniej gadali.
I'll look after myself. I'll go and see Lord von Berghoff at the wedding. I bid you farewell.
Yeah. If I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good for nothing, eh? All right, off you go.
O, czym jest przestępstwo zbijać niemiłych Krzesie. O kurde, jak oni to mogą wydedukować? Mogą nie chcieć nawet z tą rozmawiać.
I suppose I really do need to find some job. I'll find muck without you, you stuck-up lord of perched
O,
on.
jakaś baba chce ze mną gadać, a
It's
ta jest
about
od czego?
time. Come here.
What do you want from me?
I don't want anything from you. I should actually be thanking you.
Uh-huh. For what?
I've been begging for alms here for days, but I didn't make any real coin till today. And that's thanks to you. The scene you made brought out nearly all of Troskowitz.
Aha.
You don't have to thank me. I could have done without it. And that fracas in front of the tavern as well.
Oh well, not many people can make such a strong first impression. But look on the bright side.
Hmm?
Now things can only get better.
Barely. Look at me. They just let me out of the pillory.
Jak ubiorę jakiś przedmiot, co został skradziony, a no to
I don't
zazwyczaj
even
tak
know
jest.
what
Nie?
hill that is over there.
Well, that there hill is Slatego. And you pull yourself together. Like Tomcat says, nothing's impossible. And bruises build character.
Okej.
Do you know anything more about Tomcat?
They say he's a master swordsman, but a real joker too. He loves showing off to girls.
Kocur.
Do you think Tomcat might teach me a few of his tricks?
No offense, but compared to him, you're a bit of a lightweight.
I don't want to pull wagons, but if he can handle a weapon, I'd be happy to train a little with him.
Well, one of the guards tried to take him on and came back whipped like a dog, moaning like he'd been broken in two.
Well, sure. If he's that strong, I'm not surprised.
More like some trick he's got that our watch doesn't know. Or at least that's what the poor man said.
Oh well. It was nice to meet you.
No
I
dobra.
should probably get going. Get a job, and so on.
Don't worry, you'll manage. Till we meet again.
No i co? To się jakoś przewija? Aha, tak. Udaj się do kocura. A tu jest jakiś kocur. Informator. Dobra, moi drodzy, trzeba przerwę zrobić i się tu ogarnąć.
At the mill? Yeah, the
No,
place
jakieś
by
jest-
the Żerovka stream. What then? Has the water sprite been up to his mischief again? You could say that. They found a dead body stuck in the
Ja mam w ogóle ubranie, czy ja dalej w majtach jestem? Aha. A co to jest? Brudne, tak? I jak się umyje, to się wyczyści? Okej, buty, włóczęgi, nogawice żebraka.
on Sunday. You're kidding. Who was it? Some vagabond. God rest his soul. And get this, Miller.
Okej, nie. Coś z nią jest nie tak, jakaś taka jakby plama na niej jest, nie wiem co to znaczy. Kiedyś jakieś gotowanie.
He was in
aha.
the water at least a week.
Właśnie obiadu mi
By the
brakuje.
state of his body. So what? Somebody did him in and chucked him into the water. But the river there has a powerful current. The dead man had been floating down the river for at least a week. Without anyone noticing? Exactly. And that's not all. The dead man had a gold chain round his neck. Can you believe it? Someone bumped him off and didn't even rob him.
Don't
That
cause
is
any trouble.
strange.
Got it?
I reckon something devilish was involved. You don't see something like that every day.
Cheers.
Farewell and take care.
I hope you have an uneventful shift.
No dobra.
What did I do to you?
Dobra, to przerwa. Aha, to tam żebra, tak? Zajebiście, dobra.